Watching a hula girl dance, you gotta be careful, you're tempting romance. Don't keep your eyes on her hips, her naughty hula hips. Keep your eyes on the hands, remember she's telling a story to you. Her opu is swaying, but don't watch the view. Don't concentrate on the swing, it doesn't mean a thing. Keep your eyes on the hands, and when she goes around the island, swinging hips so tantalizing, keep your eyes where they belong, because the hula has a feeling that'll send your senses reeling. It makes a weak man strong. Your eyes are revealing, they're fooling no one. No use in concealing, we're having some fun. But if you're too young to date, or over 98, keep your eyes on the hands. She goes around the island, swinging hips so tantalizing, keep your eyes where they belong. And when her grass skirt goes a-swishing, keep your head and don't go wishing that you would like to mow the lawn. Your eyes are revealing, they're fooling no one. No use in concealing, we're having some fun. But if you're too young to date, or over 98, keep your eyes on tell a story. Just keep your eyes on the hands. When Hawaiian moon shines down on shores of Waikiki, my memories will be of you, sweetheart. Swaying trees and rolling seas still blend in harmony, but they no longer please since we did part. Hawaiian moon will shine tonight so that you may see the light when you sail the deep blue seas. Please come safely back to me, moonlit shores of Waikiki. Neath spreading banyan tree, I'll wait here patiently for you, sweetheart. Hawaiian moon will shine tonight so that you may see the light when you sail the deep blue sea. Please come safely back to me, moonlit shores of Waikiki. Neath spreading banyan trees, I'll wait here patiently for you, sweetheart. Took one look at you, that's all I meant to do, and then my heart stood still. My feet could step and walk, my lips could move and talk, and yet my heart stood still. Though not a single word was spoken, I could tell you knew. That unfelt clasp of hands showed me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. tell you knew. That unfelt clasp of hands showed me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. Let's take a brief pause for the skateboard people that are here. Oh, thanks, George. It certainly sounds. So, let's talk a little skateboarding. Not super old stuff today. This actually comes to us from out of room here. From just about 15 years ago, when I was skating quite a bit, like 2000, from like 2005 to 2008. I kind of wasn't a comeback by any means, but I was out there charging it at the Encinitas YMCA and relearning a bunch of things. And so, I kind of did what a lot of the older guys did, at that time. I kind of started with a big board, because I thought I needed a big board. And as I kind of got more comfortable skating and riding bigger things and trying different things, I decided maybe I should ride something a little smaller and a little more maneuverable. I mean, smaller being going from a 9-inch wide board to maybe 8.5 or 8.25 there. So I started off, I was riding, actually Lance Mountain hooked me up with some boards from the firm. So I rode like Bob Burnquist's boards in like 05-ish, I think. Pretty sure. But so by 2007, I kind of wanted to try riding something modern, something small, and seeing if it made a difference, because things were feeling a little heavy and clunky. So I talked to my good buddy Chris Miller, and I said, "Hey, what do you ride?" And so he kind of explained what he did. It was like, it's a narrower board, but it had a 7-inch nose and a 7-inch tail, and so it was really balanced. And I was like, okay. And so he gave me boards for a little while to try. So here's one from 07-ish when he was riding for Stereo skateboards. And this is, what does it say? Kona 77. Wow. So this is Chris's art, although it's kind of scuffed up because I actually wrote it. But this is actually screened. And yeah, a very cool board. So this is actually 8 1/8 wide. So it's pretty narrow compared to what I was riding, which was 8.5 and 8 3/4 things. But then, yes, the very long nose, 7-inch nose and tail. I don't know that this would work very well on like street or things like that because of the long tail, but on vert and in bowls, this worked really well. But it's that thing of like, it felt stable, but because it's narrow and it's lighter, and it kind of went where I wanted it to go at the time when I was really trying to relearn things. And so, yeah, it's Chris Miller's very limited edition stereo board, and also, what was the grip tape called that Cara Beth Burnside started? Mechanical. Had these little cutout grip tape things that you could buy. She had a big machine that made these graphics in the grip tape, and cool project. Unfortunately, there's some things happened and it went away. But anyway, while it was there, I was supporting. So yes, 2007. There is actually video on like the S1 Helmets YouTube channel. There's video of me riding in the contest that they held at the Encinitas YMCA. A bit of a debacle, shall we say. I won't go into the details, but it was a little bit, a little bit sketchy. Yeah, we all gave our $50 and blah 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 and yada yada. Anyway, I got like 7th or something like that. Yeah, that was I don't know. It was a weird event. That at the end of the contest they announced me in 2nd, which was totally wrong. But then they retallied and then I got 7th, which is fine. I don't really care. I felt pretty good though. And anyway, you can find video of me riding this board on the YouTubes, on the S1 helmets. So this brings us to the Segway board. That's what that was. It's a segue to the board I want to show you guys. Also a Chris Miller shape from 2007. So, a little story behind it. So it's basically the same shape, but in 2007. Hey, Francisco Jose Burgos, nice to see you. I wave at you. Hola, mi amigo. I'm talking about some skateboards from 2007. So this one is kind of a special thing. So in 2007, a bunch of us got together, and there was a big auction to help our buddy Ray Underhill, who was going through at the time. He was going through treatment for his chordoma cancer that he had. And so a lot of us came together, and they basically, it was like an art show / auction to kind of help the Underhills with some expenses. And so they just called upon us to come up with some things to auction off and hopefully raise some money. I think there were some pretty big ticket items, like the Birdman had something in there, and lots of really cool art came out of that show. They had a big art show down in San Diego, and they had all the boards hanging out. Some really cool pieces. I think there was like 50 people or something that donated pieces to be auctioned off. And so, I'm kind of thinking, well, what am I going to do? Because I'm not really a graphic artist. I don't have that kind of skill set. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just do something that kind of ties in with what I do and music and whatnot. So I came up with this, which you can kind of see. You can't really see the strings. There's strings out here. I will hold it up close. It's not really tuned to anything, but yeah. So I took one of the boards that I was riding, and again, a Chris Miller shape, and I liked the fact that it was kind of just has that natural wear. But so I took some banjo tuners, and they were used at the guitar shop I was working at, and so I just kind of put them in there in sort of a arced pattern, and then just attach strings to the bass plates. And it wasn't, it's not meant to be an instrument, but it's basically just a kind of a statement of me as a skater and a musician, and that's really all I could come up with. But so yeah, the premise was we would just come up with something, and then we auctioned them all off. Well, they auctioned them off on eBay, and I think they did raise a good amount of money for Ray, he did unfortunately pass away in 2008, but he fought a good fight, and we raised some money for the family to kind of counter some of the expenses that they were getting or building up from that battle. And yes, so here we are. This is my contribution, and actually, I was going to buy it back, and I got outbid by a friend of mine, and my friend was gracious enough though to gift it back to me at some point, and so I have it again. And so kind of memories of helping out my buddy Ray and his family. The Underhills, just a wonderful family all around. And so I'm happy to have that. So yes, here we are, 2007 Chris Miller board. And yes, Jeremy Ray, I was riding your shoes at the time, you know. Yes, they're my favorite shoes. The Jeremy Ray audio shoes were my favorite. And yeah, so tying in all kinds of stuff. So there we go. Chris Miller Boards, thank you, Chris Miller, for continued inspiration and for supporting me when I had needed boards to ride. And shoes. Yeah, he kind of set me up with shoes and boards. So there it is. That's today's exciting skateboard talk. Not super vintage, but definitely kind of an important time for me. And then skateboarding kind of fell apart for me like a year later. But that's all right. That's another story. I'm going to put this back down. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame, your face with a luster that puts gold to shame. And if I'd ever leave you, it couldn't be in autumn. How I'd leave in autumn, I never would know. I've seen how you sparkle when fall nips the air. I know you in autumn, and I must be there. And could I leave you running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow? If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so? Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never could I leave you at all. running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow. not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never could I leave you at all. Stand in a line like a parking meter. Am I all alone? A vision of mine is becoming clear. It's all so new it can't be true. Sometimes the words appear in my head. Sometimes I'm falling out of my bed. What does it mean? Oh, is it a dream? What have I seen? I know a man who's really awful nice. He isn't here. We while away an evening, maybe two. But what did that man really do? Sometimes I feel like walking away. Sometimes there's something I've got to say. Oh, is it a dream? What does it mean? Oh, is it a dream? What have I seen? Oh, is it a dream? What does it mean? Oh, then suddenly, like a fly in a cup of tea, I'm stirred and no longer free to fly away. I think back to the other life that was borrowed the other night. Could it be that it just might drive me wild? Does it mean? Oh, is it a dream? What have I seen? Oh, is it a dream? What does it mean? Oh, is it a dream? What have I seen? Am I dreaming?